Well, hi everybody. It's about 90 degrees in the shop, and it's too effing hot to do much. But I know, geez, Dave, you know what you need in that place is another tool. And the answer, of course, is of course I do. Of course I do. So check this out, a new arrival, and I'm going to spend probably the next, I don't know, month trying to get it together and get it situated and clean up the mess that I've made of the place in the meantime. Check this out. So what we've got here, doing my best Vanna White, we've got Fay and Scott Pattern Makers Lathe. It appears to be a 16-inch throw and a 5-foot long active bed, tailstock, footstock, that sort of thing. It's an old belt drive machine that's been converted to run off an electric motor, which is good because I don't have an overhead belt drive. And it weighs, you know how some things, oh my God, it weighs a ton? I think this is actually heavier than that, all told. But I got a new tool, a new tool for the new tool. I've got a little engine hoist that'll claims it'll lift 2 tons, which at some point this will probably weigh. But in the meantime, I've got this in the shop, dragged it here from Methuen, Mass, and it took off and on about a year to get the deal done. Because let's face it, who would want to get rid of this? The guy was feeling, I don't know what he was feeling. He sold it to me. Anyway, my dream is to get it all cleaned up, get the paint that's on it scraped down, the rust, very little rust, chips mostly, and the interior part of the carriage is not very clean. Not that that's going to matter, but if I want to shoot a new coat of shop maroon on, because I'm slowly going to get everything shop maroon, slowly. Anyway, so this, I'll show you, I guess, bring you up a little bit closer, and then over the course of the next, couple of weeks, we'll see pieces and parts of it go together. But I've got to move some stuff. I've got to move an extra wood stove, get rid of an old wood stove. We've got to move that desk to a new location, which I think is going to go over here. Shuffle some things around, do a little sweeping. That'll be fun too. Anyway, I'll see you in a bit. We'll get something done. I'm pretty excited. It's, as you can imagine, from 100 and some odd years old. It's all cast iron. Pieces of it laying about everywhere. I'll get it all back together, I'm pretty sure. Can't wait.
You'll let me know when you need a hand?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I believe so. Oh, Jesus. Jesus. All right. Well, I don't know if anybody else noticed this, but this looks like it was drilled 1, 2, 3, 4 times and then smashed with a cold chisel to remove that part of that casing or that housing. I'm going to bet that that has something to do with getting that carriage closer, that knot right there relates to the lower corner of that crossfeed carriage.
It looks like you are probably
kind of-
spot on with that assessment. Pretty crude, but how else do you machine a piece like that?
You'd have to take it all down to do it, and it looks like they managed to do that in place,
Yeah.
which makes it quick. Funny stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. Ah. Anyway, first piece, sort of. All right. Okay, all this stuff going on. So I'll probably yank this now. That's probably enough. Cool. One last thing to hit my head on, because I will. All right, got those, got that. All right. Oh, there that is. Ta-da. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Next, I'll try to put the carriage on for the motor and the drywall, I guess. Well, I've been reminded that I say, the hell does that do, too many times, so I'm going to try to not say that.
Oh no, I appreciate it. It's an endearing characteristic.
But I keep looking at this thing and wondering, what the hell is that for? This is a contraption, and I can't say that I understand it completely, but it appears, but with the cast iron nature of it, and this, to be their alternative to the belt drive. It must have been a very, very unique moment when this was still being made as a line shaft machine, but also being offered with some contraption-y stuff as a electric motor machine. Which, if that's the case, I'm at a loss. If that's the case, that means that that drywall they put on here has been here since then, which strikes me as odd. Anyway, how does this go? I assume this goes like this, but I'm just looking at it, and this, you'll see them later, but there are a couple of bolts at the bottom of this that I just don't see what they do. But I'm going to guess that they have something to do with holding the belt guard on. I'm going to go with that for right now until I'm told otherwise. So, next is to try to get this up there on top of that. That should be something I can do. I'm hoping. to there. All right. Well, I'm not sure how this is going to go, but I'd like to be able to just swing it over. Maybe I can. This isn't really a derrick crane, it's a lift, right? That is as far as I can get that to happen without moving the feet around it. I have no choice. If I'm going to pull this back, at least it's moving easily enough. This is not very heavy. It's just I don't want to have to hold it. All right. Damn wires. Damn wires. There you go. That's got me there. A lot further toward me. I should actually be on this side, it turns out. I'm not going to do that. Just going to keep rolling it closer till it's less of a reach, I guess. But it's really greasy. I'm not happy. That's better. Just going to have to go from there. Up a little more. And back a little more. All right, let's do the math. It doesn't go like that. That'd be too easy, wouldn't it? This could be on the other side. Hey. Hey. All right. Boy, when you don't know, you don't know. No, I don't have a clue. All right, great. Let's try to triangulate. I guess the next thing to do is to try to set the headstock here and figure out how this, where the motor goes, do some dimensions. The belt thing will be the important part. The motor's further away. That's this. So that's going to go like that and flat. Ha! All right. We'll try this again. That's better than what I was thinking, because I was thinking the motor was going to hang on this, and that seemed like a lot. Flat. Let's try that. I'll bring it back. All right. Oh, well. So, even marked front on the headstock. With blue tape rather than red tape, which is kind of cute.
And it was funny, they marked front on it. There's only one side of this thing that's got a V on it.
Huh.
But, you know, I could be that stupid. It's always an option. There we go.
Do you want to? Okay.
I think this is going to be
Sure.
fine. I mean, landing is landing.
Okay.
If this were a machinist lathe, the waves would be far more precious than they are
Okay.
on this. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that, like the eagle, has landed. Must be
It's not
stuck on
gonna
something.
not gonna go down anymore.
Isn't that something?
Try again.
Well, I guess, yeah. I gotta move the engine list so that it's not over this. There you go. That'll come down now.
All right.
Get a little closer. That looks pretty good.
It's pushed over.
Well, you push back. Yeah.
Say when?
I'm good. Yes. When? Now. That's great. Let's go. I love the safety in the chain because that's really helps. All right. Look at us go. That's terrific. There's the front.
So once everything is in place, then you adjust it for where the belt is going to ride, and then you spin this clamp and clamp it from the bottom. And I'm guessing there's one on that side.
There isn't.
No?
There isn't one on that side. But if you think about it, all a really heavy force on this is going to be in that direction.
Okay.
The belts, these belts don't work under great tension.
Oh, that's right. Okay. It's a wide belt with a lot of friction.
A lot of friction. And in the factory where this would come from, they actually move. I mean, they
I've
literally
seen
move the
videos.
belts onto idlers.
Yeah.
And yeah. And I love it when they have a belt that allows the machine, you can put the machine into reverse. It's just a belt with a twist in it.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
The belts are quite versatile. I imagine there were a whole group of people that were really disappointed with the reality when they did away with the belts.
Now this is the belt that's going to be operating the lathe from the transmission.
Yes, this is the leather belt that goes on there.
When this wears out, who makes a belt like that?
I mean, reality, I know two people.
You know two people?
Well, you know, I know them well enough to ask them to make me a belt.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Both named Keith.
Okay.
And Keith Rucker down in Plains, Georgia, and Keith Fenner on Truro in Cape Cod. They both
In
have
Truro?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
All right.
And they both have belt stitching equipment that
Yep.
put the stitches in, and they both have a stock of old belts, because I think they recognize that they're, you know, maybe the last
Yeah.
of the belt people.
Um,
This will last forever.
what is that pin made of that holds the two pieces together?
You know, I don't know. It looks like it's steel.
It's steel. Okay.
It looks like it's steel. But this will probably, you know, I think really,
For what you're doing. with
actually
it.
for me and whoever follows after me, and probably whoever follows after them,
Okay.
this
If it was someone who was turning 8 hours a day, 5 days a
even
week.
still,
Yeah?
this is really light duty.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
I believe so. The one that's really, I think the really hard one, I don't have any clue on at all, is the belt for the Reeves drive.
That's a kind of it's a 1.75 inch wide V-belt. There aren't many of those.
Hmm. But I mean, that's a contemporary style
All the more
belt.
reason for it to not, neither of the Keiths that I know can make one of those.
Okay. Well, I'm saying open up a Granger catalog.
Maybe they still make them.
Okay.
Someone still makes them. But when that person stops making them,
That's it.
that'll be it.
Okay.
Because it's more than just one guy that keeps that factory going.
Yeah.
These all you really, I mean, I don't have to oversimplify it, but all you need is a card of hinge pins,
Yeah.
a clamp, and you actually could do it with a vise, a bench vise.
Okay.
You could. No one would want to, but you
Yeah.
could.
Yeah.
And you saw the rivet that's in it is something which pick up
Just
a piece of
peened
3/16
over.
cent, peen
Yeah.
it over.
Yep.
And this right here, I'm not saying it's simple, but there's got to be a cow somewhere.
Leather's pretty cheap. Yeah.
It's not going out of business.
Yep.
It only takes 2 people to make leather. Yeah?
Yeah.
Whereas getting a vat of precursor to rubber and fabric all woven together into the mold, and that just never happened again.
Okay.
So that's the one to be afraid of.
Hmm.
Yeah. But you're right, you should be able to find one in the Granger catalog. All right, front. That's great. That is just great. Piece by piece. We're going to get there, I'm sure. Well, I guess I'm going to see if I can pick this drywall unit up. I kind of don't think I can. Without getting it all over me. But I guess I did. And I did. Because it's a transmission. I mean, it's a cool thing, right? It's a transmission. It's got a dipstick in it because it's got an oil sump. And typical of these kinds of tools, it's got a virtually total loss oiling system. Which means that after a certain point the whole thing is covered with oil. And they have that. So this, and I don't know anything about this thing. I don't know how to shift it. I know, I've heard of what they are. I've seen them before. And it's got gears. And I don't know how to do the shifting. That's gear. That's a gear. That's neutral. That's locked on. But this is faster than that. I don't know how many gears there are in it. I'll have to look it up. Oh, well, look at that. There's a high and a low. Stop motor before changing speed. That only makes sense. High is pull out. Input is there. High is there. 3 is there and out. 2 is there and in. And low is there and in. See, I knew that went in and out. I don't know how it goes in and out. It must be in neutral. Then it goes in. Then it's left. There you go. There you go. That's high. This is, the leather belt goes here, and the Reeves drive goes there. I think. Although, yeah, that's what I think. This is because this is high. And that's spinning like crazy. Great! Alright, that's, no, this is speed 2. There you go, never mind. Anyway, there's my drive unit. It's covered with crap. I want to strip the crap off it and then degrease it. Then cover the badges. Badge on this side and a badge on that side. Cover these shafts, these wheels, whatever, pulleys. And clean the insides of them. Not because that's so bad, but I can. And so here we go. The way things look, that's low. And that's neutral, that's high, or second gear. And then to neutral, out. Come on, there it is. This speed 3, I believe. And then that's neutral. And that's speed 4. Beautiful thing. Lovely. Alright, let's get this cleaned. I gotta get this thing cleaned and get a coat of paint on it. And that's my next drain. It's gonna drain for the oil down there. And I assume this is the dipstick and the fill. I really don't know much more about it than that. That's great. Alright, let's clean it.